afternoon, everyone.
Good afternoon.
Thank you for the time and the opportunity given for us. We are from Group 6, and today we are going to present our mini research based on the literature review. Our issue about the free nutritious meals program with specific topic about assessing the effectiveness of the free nutritious meals program or FNMP as long-term human resource development strategy in Indonesia. A review of nutritional, educational, and budgetary perspective. Before we are going to talk about our background, let me tell you why this topic is important. This topic is important because human resource quality is essential for Indonesian future development. Since FNMP requires a large public budget, it is necessary to evaluate whether the program can effectively contribute to long-term human resource development. And then the background. The Free Nutritious Meals Program is one of the important government programs to provide to improving children's nutritional status and improving the development of human resource quality. Because the program requires a large public budget and is expected to produce long-term benefits, it's important to evaluate whether it is truly effective in improving human resource quality. Therefore, the study assessed the effectiveness of FNMP from three perspectives: nutrition, education, and budget allocation. And then the research objectives. Based on the background, we research objectives about first, to examine the contribution of FNMP to improve children's nutritional status. Second, to analyze the educational effect of FNMP on long-term human resource development. Three, to assess the program cost effectiveness and financial sustainability. And then for the methodology, our study used a qualitative descriptive approach from a literature review method. The data was collected from secondary sources, including government reports, academic materials, university articles, and police reports from institutions such as BKPK, Badan Gizi Nasional, Gadjah Mada University, and IPB University. And next, in the finding one. Nutritional benefits do not automatically improve human resource quality. First, stunting decline before FNMP implementation. Stunting rates had already declined before FNMP was implemented nationwide. The suggests that previous health and nutrition programs also contribute to the improvement. Second, nutrition alone can improve human resource. Nutrition is important, but nutrition is important for children for their growth and development. However, human resource quality is not only influenced by food, but also by many other factors. According to the World Bank, human capital influenced by health, knowledge, and skills. And then, human resource quality requires multiple investment. Improving human resource requires investment in educational, healthcare skills, and economic opportunities. Therefore, nutrition alone is not sufficient.
Next is food safety issues in the program effectiveness. Several food poisoning cases have rise about the implementation of FNMP. That incident may reduce public trust in the program. And with supervision rate, implementation rates, the report case indicate weakness in food monitoring and hygiene standards. Better supervision is needed to prevent similar incidents. Then better management needs for long-term success. FNMP requires strong evaluation, management and food safety standard. This is important to ensure the program is long-term objectives.
then you can see in the portrait of our PPT about portrait stunting in Indonesia. According to data from the Ministry of Health Policy Agency or BPPK, the prevalence of stunting in Indonesia declined from 27% to in 2019 to 19.8% in 2024. This indicates that nutritional improvements were already being achieved through various health and nutrition interventions prior to the implementation of FNFP. This photo shows that before there are programs and the big program like FNMP, the prevent of stunting low because this is depend on the government not just about the program. This argument is supported by experts from IPB University who emphasize that nutritional interventions should be accompanied by improvements in education and employment opportunities. Therefore, although FNP may contribute to nutritional improvement, current evidence suggests that nutrition alone is insufficient to generate long-term improvement in human resource quality.
Next is finding two. The educational impact of FNP remains limited and indirect. Limited and direct educational impact, improvement nutrition, non-academic outcomes, no direct effect on achievement, no evidence of improving student skills, sport, readiness, not learning quality, GM and AU indicate the impact remains limited. Based on the article review, the educational impact of FNP remains limited and indirect, while the program may improve student nutrition, intent and learning. Readiness, the sources do not provide evidence that FNP directly improve academic achievement, learning quality, or student competency. Several academics cited by UGM and NU argue that educational quality is primarily determined by factors such as teacher quality, educational facility, and learning resources. Therefore, FNP should be viewed as a supporting force rather than a major driver of quality improvement.
Next, we move from finding 3, and I will explain about budget allocation concern. Summary. We have 5 points, and I will explain one by one. So first, very large budget ranging around 3,055 trillion. The Free Nutritious Meals Program has a very large allocation, estimated at around 3,055 trillion, making it one of the government's major spending priorities. This raises public concern regarding its fiscal burdens and funding results. And the second is concern over education budget priorities. Several sources indicate that part of the MDG budget is taken from the education function, raising questions about whether this allocation aligns with national education development priorities. And next, basic education challenges remain unresolved. Key education issues such as limited school facilities, unequal quality across regions, and inadequate learning infrastructure are still persistent problems that have not been fully addressed. And next, teacher distribution inequality still exists. Teacher allocation in Indonesia remains infant with rural and remote reflect ongoing structural issues in the education system. And the last, finding priorities are main question. Given the large budget allocated to education, there are concerns about whether these funds would be more effectively used to address fundamental education issues such as teacher quality, school facilities, and equal access to education. That's all.
Next is discussion. First, study the plan for academic implementation nutrition improvement and instead for program. Stunting rate had already decreased before academic was implemented nationwide. This suggests that prepared health and nutrition program also contribute to improving children's nutrition status. The second is nutritional health improvement sources other factors strongly influence development. Nutrition supports children's growth and cognitive development. However, human resource quality also depend on education, healthcare, skill, and economic opportunity. And the third is the educational. Oh, sorry. Next, my friend.
And the third is educational benefit remain limited and indirect. The article suggests that FNMP mainly contributes to student readiness to learn through better nutrition. However, readiness is different from educational achievement. None of the source provides evidence that FNMP directly raises academic performance or develops workforce competencies. Therefore, its educational contribution remains indirect rather than transformative. And the fourth, educational quality depends on multiple factors. According to academics cited by UGM and Nahdlatul Ulama, educational quality depends on multiple factors, including teacher qualities, curriculum effectiveness, academic facilities, and educational resources. These experts warn that if educational funding is redirected toward FNMP, important investment in school and teacher may be reduced. As a result, FNMP alone cannot solve broader educational challenges because educational quality is influenced by many interconnected things.
So about the five, large budget raises sustainability concern long-term feasibility remains important. So implementation challenge is program effective. Out of the free nutrition meals program or FNP has a positive goals of improving child nutrition. For this implementation challenge, versus is effectiveness. So, report of food portioning in several regions indicate weaknesses in food preparation, hygiene control, supervision, and distribution system. This shows that a large budget alone does not automatically guarantee program success. With those from monitoring system and effective implementation, the program benefit might not be achieved optimally. And the last one is about funding priorities and careful evaluation resource of maximize mobility market. Physical sustainability and opportunity cost must be considered. The large FNMP budget, estimated at around 335 trillion, raises questions regarding physical sustainability and funding priority. Considering that Indonesia still faces various educational challenges, such as limited school facilities and unequal teacher distribution, allocating a sustainable amount of funds to one program raises concern about its opportunity cost. These funds call upon potential be used to support other important sectors such as improving school infrastructure, enhancing teacher quality, and ensuring equal access to education. Therefore, continued evaluation is necessary to assess whether the program provides long-term benefit proportional to its financial cost.
The conclusion, the last point is the conclusion. Based on the literature review, FNMP might provide nutrition benefit and support child learning well-being. However, current evidence suggests that its contribution to educational outcomes remain limited, while concerns regarding implementation and fiscal sustainability persist. Therefore, FNMP cannot yet be considered sufficiently effective standalone strategy for a long-term human resource development in Indonesia and shall be complemented by broader investment in education, healthcare, and skill development. The program education impact remain limited, while contrast regarding budget allocation, fiscal, Our study find that the free nutrition loss program might contribute to improving child nutrition. However, current evidence suggests that nutrition alone is not sufficient to improve human resource quality in the long term. The program education impact remains limited, while concern regarding budget allocation, fiscal sustainability, and implementation shall continue to exist.
That's all of our presentation.